Welcome back to Better Living. I'm here with Dr. Wade Banker at Luxe Laser. We are sitting in Mix, Maumee, which is your fantastic facility, at your facility, where people can get together and hold some group meetings if they want. Organizations can come and meet here. It is a beautiful facility, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But I want to talk about Smart Lipo. It's something that you do here, helps people get permanently rid of fat. People love that word, permanently. That's a beautiful thing. But what I like the most, I think, is that you do both Coolsculpting here, a lot of people know about that, and Smart Lipo. And that's great because somebody can come in and not really know what's best for them, and you can guide us to what we need.
Correct. You know, a lot of times people don't know, what they're a better candidate for, so they'll often come in for Coolsculpting and they're really a better Smart Lipo candidate, and vice versa. They'll come in for Smart Lipo, and really, we should probably do some Coolsculpting on them. And the nice thing is here we have both, and we're the only place in the city and anywhere around that has both and offers both. So it makes you a very unique place to do that.
One of the advantages of Smart Lipo is that you can be a little more precise if you're wanting to get rid of fat. Perhaps tell me somebody that is maybe a better candidate for Smart Lipo.
So Smart Lipo candidates are generally going to be people that either A, have loose skin, or B, have a little bit more fat than I think that Coolsculpting can take care of. Coolsculpting can take care of like 25%, and some people just need more, need more. And with Smart Lipo, we can take off about 80% of the fat from any one area or multiple areas at a time. So, you got to weigh if they only need a little bit, it's Coolsculpting. If they need a lot of it, it's going to be Smart Lipo. And when we take, I'm averaging probably around 80% of the fat, so that belly is going to be flat when I'm done. And the skin tightening from the laser makes a huge difference. You can't take that much fat and not do skin tightening. If you do traditional lipo, you're going to have loose skin. It's going to look terrible. So we're the only people around that do that, and we do more than anyone.
And that is being done at the same time you're taking the fat, so it's not two separate procedures, right?
Right. It's not. It's done at the same time. We remove all the fat, and then we spend a long time on the skin tightening, and that skin tightening is extremely important. I can't stress that enough. You have to have that.
Well, I don't want to give you a hard time. Well, I mean, I kind of do, because that's just my personality. I like to give people a hard time. But, you clearly are a guy that spends some time in the gym, and you like to work out some. But that is important. You just made the comment that you spend a lot of time on the skin. These are not short procedures. These are procedures that take some time and really are hard work for you. And that's where this kind of thing comes into play a little bit. It's important that you're somebody that's physically fit and can do that. I wouldn't be capable. Look, I think I'm capable of doing a lot of stuff, but that's not something I would be capable of doing, right?
There's a lot of people that physically can't do this. You have to be in really good shape in order to do this, because I have to stand there for sometimes from 4 to 6 to 7 hours and be on the mark for that entire time. You've got to be focused, and it's physically challenging to do that. So people that are out of shape, they just can't do it, period. It's impossible for them to do it. It challenges me, and I'm in the gym 6 days a week, and it challenges me every day, and I do these every day.
I'm not in the gym 6 days a week. I'm going to need to work on that to get up to your level. Another thing that really makes Luxe Laser the place to come is that you guys have the best machines. You have the best lasers. And that's part of the reason we're sitting in this beautiful room, because part of the reason you built this is because you have these wonderful lasers, and in fact, physicians from all over the country come here for training on these machines.
Yes, we have the top of the line Cynosure Smart Lipo Triplex, which is the newest, best, laser lipo machine that's out there. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of knockoffs. They got laser lipo. There's one called Laser Lipo, which is not the same as Smart Lipo. There's Vaser Lipo, which again is not the same. It's totally different, but a lot of it depends on the user. It's who's using it. Smart Lipo in the wrong hands, you're not gonna do well. But Smart Lipo in the right hands, and someone who does a ton of them, is going to get extremely, extremely good results. And we have both. We have people coming from around the country to train here, because I do more than anyone, and a large area. So we get people coming in from Indianapolis, New York, from the East Coast, from the West Coast, to train here, and we are in this facility. This is where we give some of the presentation, and we actually do some hands-on with some of the physicians around the country.
So that you brought up good points. It takes the right physician, it takes the right machine, it takes someone with experience. And that's really, somebody needs to do their research, and that's where they're going to come up with Luxe Laser for sure. Tell me what you need to do if you want to get started on the Smart Lipo process.
Well, the first thing we would do is call and set up a consult, and I usually meet with all of them that come here. Anybody that comes in for Smart Lipo, I'm usually going to see them first. If they're coming in for Coolsculpting, they might see the nurse first, and then she'll make a determination whether, you know, because she knows everything about both of them as well. And, you know, and we got to kind of figure out the areas. I mean, we can do Smart Lipo of anything. I mean, we do a lot of chins, we do a lot of arms, we do inner and outer thighs, abdomen, anywhere where there's extra fat. So there's a lot of areas to go over, so we need to look at all that and see, you know, what would be the best thing. And probably the consultation takes 15 minutes maybe, and then, you know, we'll kind of go from there.
Now, if somebody's thinking about how they're going to schedule this in their life right now, give them some idea of what kind of downtime you're talking about once you've had Smart Lipo.
So once you've had Smart Lipo, it depends on the amount of areas and things, but really, to be honest with you, there really isn't any downtime. I mean, there is nothing that you're going to be sitting around in bed for afterwards. You're going to be able to do your normal activities. You just might be sore in some areas. That's about it.
Excellent.
Most people are doing this on a Thursday or Friday, and they're easily going back to work on a Monday. So it's very easy. It's you know, much easier and safer than in traditional lipo or any of that. And people are back to work, and most of them say they can go back to work the next day. But I tell them to take the weekend.
Which, you know, it's a good excuse for a day off. So, well, if you are interested in Smart Lipo, you should definitely give Luxe Laser a call and get your consultation scheduled today. We'll be right back on Better Living.